Hey, what's going on, everybody? I wanted to walk you through all the content updates we've made to the organic hypnosis training, as well as my business resource library. It's a supplemental bonus I basically give to all the folks in my program. So we've just had so many changes. So let's start with the actual training itself. The first thing is rules to maximize efficiency and results. This also shows you how to get support from me. So it's a really good way to set the expectations, also give you some framework for how to navigate these things, because the goal here is to help you implement everything you're learning as quickly as possible. Implementation and accountability are really a lot of folks, that's what they need to get the transformation they're looking for. So that's why my program has so much support. And so then we jump into an intro. I think it's probably 17 minutes and just kind of gives an overview of what you're going to be learning. Then frames of reference for noticing unconscious communication, just a really simple exercise that kind of sets you up, start to be able to observe all the really beautiful things that are going to happen. We're just building frames of reference in your mind for that. So you start to see that communication, start to think about it differently. Then we have some exploring organic hypnosis principles in more detail. Just have a handful of them in here. Really short videos, but these they're aimed at helping your mind make certain conceptual distinctions to enhance the learning process and, of course, speed things up for you. Speed's the big differentiator, right? If I can help you learn this skill faster, that's what's going to drive value for your clinic and for your clients. Then we got tactical principles. That's the next module we're uploading. I think we've got to film about 3 more videos for that one, which it's going to be great. That's just how to use the stuff quicker too. So we have the understanding side, then we have, okay, here's some key principles for using the stuff you're learning. Then day one, this is where we do all our teaching demos. So teaching demos are really interesting because they're not about creating breakthroughs per se. The goal is to give the student an opportunity to really experience what's going on that can help guide them along the way. Because all this stuff I'm showing folks, ultimately the aim is to help enhance your hypnotherapeutic intuition and instincts so that you just no longer need protocols, techniques, pre-talks, inductions, all that type of stuff, right? It's about starting working in a way that's 100% organic with that client, right? We're literally just starting where they're at. And then it's incredible to see how fast this can work. So, oh yeah, we have a bonus demo right off the bat, which has a breakdown built into it because I was just showing some colleagues how I work with folks a long time ago, and I recorded it. It's awesome. Then you'll notice that also I have these broken down by presenting problem. And then we do a Q&A wrap up. So you'll see all the different presenting problems. And these are really recordings where we're allowing the students to, from the live training, right? They've never used this skill before. And now they're diving in, right? And that's the best way to learn. So we're preparing you to dive in other areas too in life. You might think, well, when I'm starting my hypnotherapy clinic, that's an important thing to develop. So we've got presenting problems, hypochondria, nicotine cravings. Oh, the day 2 intro, yeah. Promoting yourself on social media, social anxiety. We have the Q&A. You can kind of see how we're working this, how the program is set up. Nervous about a business presentation. Then we have some practice strategies, right? Walking through what that looks like. I love this as a practice strategy. And then we have demo breakdowns, right? So that's actually where I go through, look at the previous sessions, and I just go kind of slow and work through each demo and provide more context and explanation for what we're doing. Because during the teaching demos, we're doing that live, but upon reflection, you get a chance to provide more context. It just enhances the learning process. Developing confidence as a practitioner. So yeah, you can kind of get the point here. We just kind of keep going. We've got our testing strategies. Actual testing is super important. There's very unique things for after when we're testing. So this helps the entire process. Testing is one of the most important things you can do with clients. Then intro and demo. Oh yeah. So then we've got live conference training footage here as well. So just more bonus content. So that's our course for now. And of course, these folks that are in my program can always come to the live trainings as many times as they want to. Let's jump to the business resources library. So there's a bonus demo here. And then how to turn annoying ads into cash. Yeah, so you get those on Facebook and on different platforms. I show you how to use those. doubling SEO scores just by changing certain keywords, galvanizing vision. So this is really where things get exciting. I think what's important here is there's principles for, like, let's say you have an idea for like a funnel, or maybe you want to just do like organic marketing, but that's your approach. Whatever your approach is, there's certain principles that make that thing work. Then there's the principles that make the principles work in business. So once you start to understand those, and more importantly, once you start to implement them, because that's where the real learning is, what's powerful is you can pick any channel you want to. You can have any structure. And it can simplify things because you don't need a lot of channels until you really start to hit certain thresholds and limits. So, and that's where all the real learning is anyway, right? So this is cool. So really what we're aimed at here is teaching you the principles to make the principles work. And then we've got, oh yeah, even like when to reply on social media, because nobody knows how to optimize that. Business Day 3 Part 1. I think that just was a part of the recording from day 3 from our live training, where we got a lot of good content, and I basically edit that down and make it as juicy and as powerful for you as possible, because time is the most important, right? We've got to use that. We've got to leverage time, especially in the beginning when you're starting out. Climbing the value chain, how to take your offer to the next level. So this is absolutely huge, right? Your offer is fundamental and critical to your business success. It's if you don't have the offer right, we're not going to attract the right people, and we got to make sure we're helping them on the delivery phase too. Right? We've got to help them get the transformation they're after. Well, if your offer isn't climbing the value chain for your prospective clients, it's just not going to resonate, and there's going to be competition, right? We want to really do everything we can to outframe all that. Unconscious calls to action, incredibly powerful skill to have. There's so many ways to do this. I explore that here, specifically selling on TikTok lives, but you can use this strategy on any live social media platform. It's the same type of thing. So we're just kind of showing folks how to do that. Supplemental document. Clients buy out of problems they do not buy. Yeah, sales objection talk. So we kind of work through a whole lot here in this video. But we walk through why clients buy out of problems, right? They're not buying hypnosis. They're trying to get away from some pain. Some folks might be in a more generative change. They might be desiring that. But again, that's not hypnosis they're after, right? There's these positive changes they want to add into their life. So we want to really start to focus our communication that way when we're talking to our market. Accumulation of social media. Yeah, letting your audience sell for you. That's a very powerful module. And then in my program, what I like to do is on a monthly basis, social media website reviews, basically. Oops. So anybody that says, hey, can you take a look at this for me? I just kicked this off. The goal is to go line by line through their marketing and kind of show them, okay, here's the changes we can make to optimize certain things. An additional strategy for lead generation, how to get started right away. If you're brand new, how to reprogram your mind for hypnosis business success. So it's just a really cool exercise there. And then, here's a really cool strategy for if you're uncomfortable doing live videos. We have some clever ways to do it. You could use pre-recorded things like OneStream or those softwares out there. But ultimately, there's a tremendous ROI in being able to push the record button and talk. Like that's what I'm doing here. I'm not going to edit this video. I'm just going to, post it afterward. So it's cool to be able to do that. Just being able to click record and talk to your audience. There's an organic, raw, authentic thing about that that's super powerful. And I think it resonates, with folks differently. So, and there's nothing wrong with having a lot of polish too, also in your marketing. But here's a really cool strategy that we go through for using your existing content and using live videos to drive folks to that. So those are all the changes we've made. I think I think we kicked off in March. So in 8 months, it's just, this is going to continue to grow. The goal is to have, the #1 hypnosis training on the planet, but we're also combining that with the business side. So I want you to basically have a one-stop shop for meeting your needs here. So it's an ambitious goal. I don't know if we'll hit it, but a lot of times wanting that outcome is more important than getting it, because it continues to drive you towards the thing you're after. So keeping that top of mind is really important as something times out there. Well, I think this video went a little longer than I wanted it to. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that, folks. And yeah, if you're interested in learning more, you can always book a call. I have, pinned posts everywhere, or just shoot me a message sometime. All right, folks, take care.